Alright, good morning everyone. We'll be going over the duty roster. As you can see, we'll be sending out a PDF of this. This is not finalized. This is just a sample example to show y'all what it could be like. So starting on the left, we'll have everybody's name. So let's see. We have Arunima. Her name is in blue because she's part of Skits. Yanada is in green because she's part of FamPan. So at 8 a.m., you're going to go check in with a TO. This Thursday, be there at 7:30 a.m. because we're handing out polos. But in general, for the next few orientations, make sure you're there at 8 a.m. to check in with your TO. That's the first thing you're going to do. Then at 8:15, we're going to run announcements. At 8:30, we're going to do all of this. So these tasks were the ones that we went over on the YouTube video. So we have people at the check-in tables. We have people at line splitting, people on an usher, auditorium greeter, food tables, doors, modules, and etc. Just at that point. And then we have each of y'all who are taking one person to one group to advising. So at 10 a.m., so between 9:30 and 10, we'll do the fight song. At 10 a.m., we're going to take whatever group you have to advising. So Abi is going to take JSOM's group to advising, and this is the room they're going to go into. So JSOM 1.118. And then they're going to do whatever they need in there, help with advising, until we hit 12 o'clock, which then they're going to start walking the students to Dining Hall West. And then they're going to have lunch with the students, and at 1 p.m., walk back to A-Tech. 1:30 to 2, we're going to have small groups, and then from 2:15 to around 3:30 to 4, everybody's going to be doing separate things. So if you're an audience member and you're not on Skits or FamPam, you're just going to be an audience member and just be a StuPan helper. So what that means is you're just going to sit in the audience and help out with whatever StuPan needs. Then we hit 4 o'clock, which is where you show emotion. What this means is you clap, jeer, cheer, do whatever you like, as long as you're showing great emotion when it's Skits performing, because Skits performs at 4 p.m., which is this blue box. And then we hit 4:15 to 5, which is a social helper. So you just help out with the social, because we will have the little kids running around, meeting each other, getting to know each other, hopefully. And then at the end of the day, sign out at A-Tech food table. Now, again, so you will have your name over here at 8 a.m. Check in with your TL. At 8:15, announcements. 8:30 to 10, you'll be doing whatever task you need, which then you would do fight song. Then we would move at 10 a.m. to advising, stay with advising, students to Dining Hall West. 12:15, have lunch. 1 o'clock, start walking back to A-Tech. 1:30 is small groups. And then we have audience member StuPan helper. If you're in Skits, you do Skits rehearsal. Then you do Skits, then social helper at 4:15 to 5. Then you sign out at A-Tech food table. Now, FamPan, y'all are a little different. So let's grab a family member. What about Neon? So we have Neon, who's going to check in with a TO, announcements, go to the elevators, go to advising. Seems like normal. But then tada, at 11 a.m., instead of staying to help with advising, since you're with family members, you're going to go have lunch with the family members 1 hour early. That's right. And then you're going to have lunch with the family members, and then you're going to take the family to SSA. We do this so that the family and the students don't overlap. We don't want them to be both anywhere at the same time. We don't want the students and families to interact with each other throughout the day. That causes a lot of trouble. So then we get to setting up the SSA. So this one is pretty important. So you'll be with your family panel, setting up the SSA, whatever they need. Zara and Abad will give you more details on how to set up. Then you have your staff panels, coffee and conversation. So this one, you all just will be chilling around, drinking coffee, just eating food. It's actually really relaxing and just talking to people if they want to talk to you. If not, you can just chill out. Zara and Abad will tell you the exact details. And then we hit your resident family panel and your commuter family panel. these are the locations, and then y'all will be doing your different panels. If you're a resident or a commuter, Zara and Abad will go in more detail, and sign out with your FanPan TL. And then not only are y'all on the duty roster, but also the executive team. That's right. So if you want to know where we are, you can take a look at the duty roster and it'll probably tell you exactly where we are. So we all have our different tasks too that we're trying to run. So this is what the duty roster will kind of look like. It will change every single orientation, and we'll give it to you before the orientation starts, so you kind of know where you're going, what's happening, and all the different things that are happening. If you can't make it to an orientation, we try to block you out, as you can see with these black bars. So what this happens is, make sure you check out with a TL and check back in with a TL. So let's take Arunima for example. She'll be at the on-site table, then she'll check out before 9:30, and then with a TL, and then around 3:30 she'll check back in with a TL, and that's how the check-in check-out process works if you have classes and stuff. If there's anything missing on the day of orientation, just let us know. We'll try to send this out earlier in advance. Sometimes we won't be able to, but that's what the duty roster overall looks like. If you have any questions, again, let us know. Some of these we didn't go too much into the role in the video. So like on-site table. On-site table means you sit at a table of pro staff, which is not kind of fun. I enjoy it. It's definitely a vibe. So then we hit day 2. That's right. Be here by 7:30. So at 7:30, you need to be here and be ready to cheer. So again, here's the duty roster. So we have Comet CC cheer. So you'll be at the Comet card office cheering the people on, like, woo! Congrats on making it to UTD on day 2. We want to have full energy. Door cheers will be at the door lining up and cheering people at the entrance of SSA. We'll go more of this during day 2 morning. This one's much simpler. Banner table. You just sit at the table with a big banner and tell people to come sign it. And then we do check-in with co-chairs. Sometimes it'll be earlier. It depends. And then we kind of split up into different areas. So day 2 functions a lot differently than day 1. Everybody comes in on staggered times. What this means is you could have a group come in at 7:45 to 8 a.m., but then the next group will not be here until 9:30 a.m. And then when I say group, I mean students. The next group of students come in at 11. The next group comes in at 1:30. So the students won't all be there in the morning. They'll come in a staggered format. And because of that, so you have to make sure, instead of following where the students are going, follow where the duty roster is going. So let's take a DT. If a DT's duty roster says there'll be a family day and Comet table from 8 a.m. to 11:30, then that's where they should be. So it saves you from communication. Same thing, we have people assigned to tours from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then tours continues. We have take IS to registration. So on the morning of day 2, there will be people taking people from registration to registration rooms and back. So you'll be taking them from SSA to Hablitzo Hall, and you'll just be staying there and helping them out. So if yours says back to SSA, then you're part of the group that will come back to SSA to bring the next group over here, bring the next wave. If yours doesn't have back to SSA, that means you just stay over there and you just chill and relax over there, help out with advising, kind of fun. Door guide, you stand at a door and you guide people. If you have trouble with that, please let us know and we'll teach you how to be a door guide. A Comet card office guide, stand next to the Comet card office and guide people on how to get a Comet card. The instructions are simple. You scan a QR code and you're done. Okay, so there's an org fair going on. Y'all are welcome to go in groups at a time. So that's perfectly fine. So from 11 to 1. So at 11 a.m., you will be sending your Teams message. We'll go over this later. This Teams message is to your small groups. So if you have a small group, you'll be sending a team message. If you don't have a small group, you won't be sending a team message. So like, let's say this person is Iman. She's in family panel, so she doesn't have a small group. So it'd be an inside guide, which means you will stand inside the SSA and guide people if they need help. Outside guide, you will stand outside the SSA and guide people. Again, the roles might change. We might open up the chess plaza area depending on how hot it is, how cool it is. It could be kind of fun. I do enjoy the chess plaza. A lot of fun conversations happen there. Then we hit 11:30 to 12:15, which is all lunch. This lunch is provided. Again, this one's a catered lunch. It'll be great, fun to eat. I believe the prize for the McDermott code was that you get to go eat lunch first. So whoever won a McDermott code, you guys get first picks, first everything, front of the line for the lunch. Kind of nice. And then we go downstairs. Everybody has different jobs. You guys will be downstairs because when y'all are downstairs, we'll be eating lunch. When y'all are upstairs, we will be downstairs. It's kind of flip-flop, so we always have people on the floor. Then at 1 o'clock, it's back to normal. Head over to wherever you're stationed at. For some of y'all, Luciano, your checkout is earlier because you leave earlier, and because of that, we'll have you check out earlier. Check out at SSA. Again, this is not finalized, so we'll be finalizing this as the days go on. Then at 3:30, y'all will be sending your final Teams message. You're checking out, or you'll check it at the SSA. Depending on how many people we have and how less busy it is, we might just let people go home early, because if we don't need 43 people, we probably, or 44 minus 3, 41 people, then we probably won't be using 41 people if you don't need 41 people. So that's pretty much how the duty roster on day 1 and day 2 works. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let us know. I know it's a little confusing because it's a lot of words. It doesn't even have overnight because overnight will come out later. But, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's got like words, and I'm rambling. I'm going to stop.